What is up, my Tickle Me crew? This is Chad here, and today I'm bringing you guys a Pokemon X and Y Wi-Fi battle. So today's battle is against Isaac. He is a Twitch follower as well as a YouTube subscriber. So looking at Isaac's team, he's bringing the Florges, Mega Gardevoir, Greninja, Crustle, Aegislash, and Sableye, while I'm bringing the Sylveon, Jellicent, Sudowoodo, Go-Goat, Greninja, and Venusaur. Now looking at Isaac's team, he does have the Aegislash, which is banned to Ubers, I know. But I've never really had a huge problem dealing with Aegislash, and looking at my team, I definitely have some things that can take care of Aegislash pretty easily, so I'm going to let it slide. But Isaac does carry a lot of threats on his team. Florges is a huge defensive wall, Mega Gardevoir always a threat, Greninja always a threat, of course. Aegislash, really bulky and really strong, and of course there's Sableye, which is the trolliest Pokemon ever. So I just hate facing Sableye, like it's such a problem. But I kind of felt like he was going to lead off with Sableye because a lot of people lead off with Sableye, including myself, so I decided I was going to lead off with my Sylveon. So the battle begins, and he does in fact lead with his Sableye, but he goes for the taunt here that actually caught me off guard. I kind of figured he would switch into his Aegislash since I'm a fairy type, but he actually goes for taunt, and I guess he was predicting me to use a status move, so I just go for the pixelated Hyper Voice, and that's actually enough to take out the Sableye in one hit, which is great for me, so now he can't Will-O-Wisp my entire team. So now he's going to go into this Crustle thing, and I kind of figured he'd be one of those Shell Smash sets, which he is. I think I saw that in my live stream, so I kind of remember what this guy does. So I just go for the Hyper Voice just to see how much damage it does. I really can't switch, because I don't want to really take any +2 attacks from this thing. So Hyper Voice actually does over half, which is pretty great. Now this Earthquake I was expecting to do a lot of damage, but it actually only brings me around half, which is great. So now my Sylveon's going to take out its second Pokemon with another Hyper Voice. So now my opponent is already down 2 Pokemon at the very beginning of the match, which is really, really great for me. So my taunt wears off and he goes into Greninja here. So I kind of figured I could take a hit from this thing, but just to scout out what he had, I went for Protect. I don't really know what Greninja carries, because there's a lot of different Greninja sets. He goes for the Extra Sensory. I figured I could take one, because Sylveon's just naturally really bulky. This Sylveon actually doesn't have any special defense EVs, but look how well I take this. It hardly does anything. So I'm going to get my Wish off, and of course go for the Protect next turn, as he's just going to keep trying to attack me with Extra Sensory. I really don't know why he didn't go for the Surf or Hydro Pump or anything. He's going to go and switch. And he's going to bring out the Mega Gardevoir. Now, that's not something I really wanted to stay in on. Unfortunately, this Sylveon does not carry Toxic. And he's going to trace my Pixelate, which is fine. I mean, he's going to Mega Evolve anyway and get Pixelate. I'm going to get all of my HP back from my Wish as well as my leftovers. So right here, I'm thinking I'm going to have to switch because I really need to get this thing poisoned. So I'm going to go, I think, into... Oh, no, I thought I went into Sudowoodo. So right here, I go into Pringles. And my Jellicent actually carries Toxic as well. So my main priority here is to get this Gardevoir Toxic. And he is going to set up a Calm Mind, which is very scary. I was kind of hoping he didn't carry the Thunderbolt like a lot of Gardevoir do. And it actually works out for me because he does not carry the Thunderbolt. He actually goes for a Psychic here. And even at +1, this Jellicent is so bulky. I'm going to be able to take that like a champ and poison him. Thank God I didn't miss my Toxic right there, because that would have been really, really bad. So right here, I'm kind of thinking, should I attack or should I just go for Recover? And I do believe I just go for the Recover. But he actually carries Shadow Ball, and that's going to take me out in one hit. It's super effective, so obviously it's going to take me out in one hit. Plus he's at +1. So this Gardevoir, even though it's Toxic, is really scary still. So I'm going to go back into Sylveon because it's my only option. It's the only thing that can live a hit from this Gardevoir. And I'm just going to have to Toxic Stall. So I go for Protect here just to get a little more Toxic damage. as he goes for Hyper Voice. I actually thought it hit through Protect. I don't know why I thought that, but Hyper Voice does hit through Substitute. But I don't know, for whatever reason I thought it hit through Protect. But I'm going to go for Hyper Voice here just to get damage. It doesn't really do that much, but it does just enough that the toxic damage next turn is going to take him out. So this next turn, I'm just going to go for Protect. That way I can conserve my Sylveon a little bit, and also get some more HP recovery from my leftovers. He's just going to keep going for Hyper Voice, and as I said, he is going to die this turn to the Toxic. Which is great for me, because that is another huge threat down. So he's going to go back into Greninja, and I know I can take hits from this thing. So he goes for the Hydro Pump, which actually I was a little bit afraid that it might kill, but my Sylveon is just too strong. I'm going to get my Wish off and go for the Protect to get all of my HP back. So he is going to switch out, not wanting to take a Hyper Voice or anything. He's going to go into Slice and Dice, which is the Aegislash. So now it shows its ugly head. And now obviously I'm going to have to switch out. So I believe here I go into my Venusaur. I believe. Yes, I do go into my Venusaur, the Venusaur. And I do carry Hidden Power Fire on this Venusaur. So he's going to set up the Swords Dance, which is really scary. But this is going to be my Mega Venusaur, which is insanely bulky. So I believe here he goes for the King Shield. And yeah, he goes for the King Shield. I go for the Hidden Power Fire. Obviously he protected himself, but he's going to see that I do carry the Hidden Power Fire. For whatever reason, he stays in. And he's going to take a Hidden Power Fire, but it doesn't do that much damage. Plus, he is carrying the Weakness Policy. So now he's at +3. And look how little damage this Sacred Sword does to my Venusaur. Venusaur is just too bulky. Keep in mind, he's at +3 now. That is a resisted hit, though. So now he's going to go to go for Shadow Sneak. I thought this was going to take me out, but Venusaur don't give a fuck. And Venusaur gets off the Hidden Power Fire and takes down the Aegislash. Yet again, another huge threat out of the way. Plus, he was at +3, so that was extra scary. So now he's going to go into Greninja. I'm just going to let my Venusaur die here because it's already at low health, so it's not really that useful anymore. There's no way in hell I'm going to live any attack to get a Wish off. Or a Wish past, rather. So I'm going to let Venusaur die, and I'm going to go into Bubblegum again, because it's my dual wall, I guess. And I know I can take hits from this thing all day long as he doesn't get the freeze. So I'm just going to go for Hyper Voice. It does a massive amount of damage to Greninja. And I believe I go for Wish here, I want to say. So I'm just praying he doesn't get the freeze. Yeah, I do go for Wish here. And next turn, I do go for... Actually, let's see. I'm trying to think. Do I go for the attack here? I don't remember. I'm sorry. I should have rewatched this battle before I started recording. Okay, yeah. I just go for the attack to take out the Greninja because I knew I could live any hit this Greninja wanted to do. So now I'm going to get a lot of HP back from my Wish. And the Greninja is gone. So that was actually a pretty smart move to not protect there. So now he's going to send out the Florges, and Bubblegum cannot do anything to Florges. So I'm going to have to switch out. I need to get this thing Toxic. And since my Jellicent is dead, I have to go into Sudowoodo to get this thing Toxic. He goes for the Protect, I guess, predicting some kind of attack. He's going to go for the Moonblast, and I knew I could take one, get the Toxic off. Thank God I didn't miss. Going to get a little bit of leftovers recovery back. That's going to allow me to live one more hit. And right here, I'm just going to go for the Stone Edge, hoping for a crit. And he's just going to go for Moonblast. I actually lived this with 1 HP Sudowoodo, OP. But I miss my Stone Edge, of course. So next turn, he's just going to take out my Sudowoodo, and I'm kind of praying that he doesn't have the Aromatherapy. I'm thinking at this point he doesn't, because he hasn't shown it yet. I mean, he's just kept going for the Moonblast. So right now, I'm just thinking he doesn't have it, and I'm like, yay, this thing's going to die fairly easily. But you'll see in a little bit that that is not the case. Alright, so Toxic's taking a little bit of a toll. I'm going to go into Gadget, which is my Go-Goat Gadget. So right here, I do see that he does carry the Aromatherapy, and I'm like, well, shit. So I'm going to go for the Earthquake here, because I know that Florges' Florges' defense is lower than its special defense, and it does a decent chunk, so I'm thinking, why not set up on this thing? I know since my Gadget is especially bulky, I can take any hit he wants to do, and set up some bulk ups. So I believe I set up maybe like 2 bulk ups, as he just keeps going for the Moonblast. And I think one turn he also does, I think he goes for Wish next turn. Yep, there it is. So he goes for Wish, he's going to get all his HP back, which is fine, because I'm just setting up bulk ups. Raising my attack and defense. And I honestly could have taken him out probably at this point, since he had to waste a turn getting his Wish. But I don't know, I'd just rather be safe than sorry. So right here he's going to go for Protect as I go for the Earthquake. I really should have gone just for another bulk up there, but oh well. So now I'm done bulking up, I'm going to go straight for the Earthquake, and it's going to do an ass load of damage. Not even an ass load of damage, it's going to do a dick load of damage to this Florges. And his Moonblasts are not doing anything to me. Look at that damage, goodness. So, I know I have the battle at this point, because even if he goes for Wish or Protect here, Leftovers is not going to give him enough HP to live another Earthquake. So good game, Isaac. Thank you so much for the match. And if you guys enjoyed this video, leave a like, favorite, subscribe, follow me on Facebook and Twitter. And I will see you guys in the next video. Toodles.